All right, there we go. Microphone wasn't. The demon is back. The demon is back, who interferes with everything I do just before the stream starts. But anyway, the mic is working now. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Bergen, and today we are doing another Simple Signal stream. Now, the charts. Okay, the charts. I always preface this before the stream of how much power Crypto Warehouse has over the crypto markets as a whole. The amount of power we have. Just before my, or not, maybe not just before. Obviously, we'll look at the charts in a minute. Maybe not just before the stream, but in anticipation for the stream, the charts always go crazy. So it's going to be an exciting stream. I just want to preface, it's going to be an exciting stream. I will also, be displaying some things I have going on right now in terms of, some positions I have open, and I will be talking about what's going on. But be excited though. Be excited for the stream because I'm hopefully going to give some positive news today. So get ready for that. Check the descriptions out. All the links are in the description. Any sort of link you need or might refer to during the stream or anything, type of partnership or anything like that, it's all in the description. Some more important numbers, obviously, the TG one is very important. But other than just enjoy the stream. And before I go into CoinMarketCap, I do want to have a quick look at CoinMarketCap before I go into any sort of charts. Do put any coins you have in the chat. Now, if you're on certain platforms which have a very fast-moving chat, do put the coin a couple times and make sure when I do see it and it's not on my list already, I will acknowledge it. I will say anyway if I've seen it or not, and I've written it down. I will tell you I have seen the coin and I will look at it at the end. So what we're going through today, we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. The big coins, the normal coins, the coins we always look at. We've got MFER. MFER, obviously there's a certain way to say it. Obviously you can't say the actual word. It's family friendly and whatnot. And you've also got SLERF today. Now I'm not excited about looking at these coins. They're exciting coins. Obviously Mike's done videos on them. I believe he's done both of them. I hate SLERF with a passion, but it's going to be one of those ones which blow up anyway. So we'll see about that, because whenever we look at the meme coins like these, like SLERF and whatnot, especially ones which are either slightly new or a bit new, whatever it is, we either have to stretch ourselves all the way over to Bird Eye and look at some primitive chart, or we look at a chart on TradingView and the chart history has only been out for like 2 days, so I have nothing to look at. So hopefully when we go to look at the charts, there's actually data to look at. So yeah, but what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to close my window. So if you give me 1 second, I will close my window because it might get pretty loud. I don't want the mic picking it up, because it will blow up the entire stream. So there we go. I'm back now. So I think we're going to go through CoinMarketCap now. Just have a little look at some price changes, what price there is right now, see what's going on, and then we will look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's exciting. I actually have a position open for Bitcoin right now. I'm pretty positive about it, although there is some things I want to preface. So obviously none of this is financial advice. I will go into that. Even though I might say something hypocritical on Bitcoin, because I do have a long open right now. I will show that in a minute. However, the data on Bitcoin, it's kind of like, it should be going up, but there's something I've seen, so we need to be careful. But anyway, we're at 69.03. It's been going up pretty nicely. It's been going up pretty steadily. We've bounced off, I'm going to go into it. We bounced off our support point, as always, because I'm the greatest TA drawer of, any sort of, anybody ever, really. I'm trying to cause a bit of stir. Obviously, we might not be just quite big enough yet, but I just want to not insult. I want to insult. I don't want to insult people, but I want to cause. I want to say I'm the best. Everyone else is isn't as good as me. I want to say it. I just want something to stir up in the in the media section of everything. The relations. I want someone to go, oh, this guy isn't good, and then we have a little dispute about it. It'll be funny, and then there you go, and then we're all going to be really popular then. But I do want to cause something like that. That's why I do say I'm the best, even though it is true. I am more right than I'm wrong. And I think as a trader, if you're trading or trying to get into it, I think obviously you need to develop your own strategy. Because some people ask me, what sort of indicators do you use? Can I get these indicators, whatnot? And yes, if you come to the Telegram or the TG, I should probably say, I don't know what I can say. I keep on forgetting. You can come ask me. We should put the links in the description, but we haven't. You can come ask me for any of these indicators I use. I will give you them. But obviously, you need to build your own strategy. But I think the important part, obviously, is if you're more profitable, then you need to be higher than 50% profitable. And I think that's all that really matters, really. You just need to have more profit. You need to win more than you lose. and I win, quite a bit more than that. It's obviously with varying loss amounts and win amounts, but I think it doesn't matter. And this is something I wanted to say, because some people ask for $5 and this and the other. But for me anyway, it doesn't matter how much you win. It matters the percentage. Obviously, because like $2 to somebody somewhere else who has $1 million, let's say, it might not be as much as someone who has $500. It's more about the percentage. The percentage matters more. So as long as you're winning consistently with a good percentage, then it really doesn't matter what you're doing. But yeah, I mean, again, like I said, that was kind of a segue to ask to being, if you want our crypto warehouses indicator or any of the other indicators I use, during the stream, then do ask us in the TG, and I will give you them. I'll give you the links. So anyway, let's actually get onto this. I've waffled a bit. I do want to keep it a bit waffled because I glanced at the charts just before the stream, maybe like 2 hours ago. Also, I'm in this position I am right now. Everything's looking quite positive. So I had a feeling I was going to go through all 5 coins and go, oh, it's going up, and then we would have ended the stream. I need to do an hour of me talking. We would have been finished with all the content like 40 minutes in, and I would be stuck for content 20 minutes before we have to end the stream. So I did want to kind of waffle a bit, but it's good to waffle because it's more relaxed. Get to talk to you guys. So hello to everybody I see some people saying hello. Hello everyone, and I'm so glad you could join us on this stream. We were supposed to do it at 8, but had some problems with setting the stream up and whatnot. It was all a big spiel, so it doesn't matter. But we're here anyway, so thank you for joining. Bitcoin 69.63, 69.072 now actually. We're pretty down, and we're gonna look at the chart. Now, if you watched my stream last time, I don't know when it was. I think it was. I don't know if it was Wednesday. It might be Wednesday. We'll see. But if you looked at my stream, last stream, you will know what I said and what our chart is currently. And you will, hopefully this news and what's been going on with Bitcoin going up and down shouldn't be too much of a surprise to you. I believe Mike said, "Oh, I don't understand why we went down." Obviously, if he really paid attention to my stream, he would know why we went down. And I'm not surprised at what I think I think I've seen online anyway. Some people were saying, I'm not just Mike. I'm not calling them out or anything like that. I see some people on saying, "Oh, I don't know why," or like talking about, we should be going up this or the other, this, that. I don't care. All I care about is my chart and external economic data. And from what I can tell you about my chart, we were in a range. And I said this, the stream when I set up this range we were in. I might have been the stream before last actually. I said on stream, we're in a range. We're going to be going between here pretty consistently. It's only a matter, if we're in this range consistently, we've come up for a long point, and this is this. You know what? Let's ignore the crypto from this. Let's just go onto the chart. And this is actually where I wanted to talk about why I feel a bit funny about what I've done. Well, I know I'm profitable right now. I do think we're going to go up, but we kind of look like we have a Bart Simpson, and this is what I've drawn with this line here. I'll make it orange. Actually, I will make it orange because it is. Actually, no, it'll be yellow because it's it's Simpsons and whatnot. The Bart Simpson, the Bart Simpson. This is this kind of, whether it be unorthodox or not, whether it be numerical, it's a chart pattern. Chart patterns, you don't do numbers, you just do patterns. So I've noticed we had this huge, big, green movement upwards, and then we've been crabbing with this spiked movement, and then eventually, and I don't know. This is the thing, because some charts, when you do like a pennant or flag, you normally bounce like 3 or 4 times, and then it happens, and then you move up or down. But with Bart Simpson, I don't know if there's like a predetermined amount of times you bounce. However, we haven't done this downwards movement down to 66.7. I'm not saying it will happen. Chart patterns are never 100%. Nothing's ever really 100%. Things can always happen. But it's a chart pattern. I do like to look at the chart patterns. Sometimes I don't remember them, but I do look at them. And in this case, we have seen, we had the kind of structure of it. I'll look it up. It'd be helpful if I could actually spell. Here we go. So yeah, so we can see here, it's not a predetermined amount of movement. It's kind of this. If I can get one which isn't ugly, it would really help. I don't know. Some of these are a bit dodgy. I don't really like some of these. But yeah, it's kind of like this. There we go. This is good. It's kind of like it's a swift movement in one direction. It's a crab, a movement along very timidly, maybe up or down a bit, and then it's a normal movement back upwards of the same caliber. So if we apply this to where we are right now, we can see we had a huge movement upwards. I'm not going to look there actually, but it's it's huge movement upwards, and then we're in this kind of triangles. Obviously a bit lower this time than it was, and then in theory the completion of this pattern is that we should come down to roughly where we started this kind of big movement upwards, which was about 67,000. Sorry, yeah, basically 67,000. This is near a support point which we had at 66.65. So basically it's suggesting we should come down to the support point which we have. But in the case of what's going on right now, why I've longed, we are at our breaker block. We've been kind of sticking with this breaker block, bullish break and bearish, whatever, these support and resistance zones, whatever you want to call it. We've been kind of following this pretty accurately. Obviously I did draw this this line in the middle. I can't remember what it was, but I drew it. It must have been something like a symbol significance level. But and what was really nice to see, because this thing I just brought up was symbol significance. This is our support and resistance drawing indicator, which we have. It is free on Crypto Warehouse. If you come to Telegram, I can give you it. This is my indicator. I made this. Obviously it's Crypto Warehouse's, but I programmed it. I made this. And it is a dynamically drawing support and resistance zones. So you can just plonk this on a chart. Obviously, albeit you need price data. You can't just be a coin which has come out like two seconds ago. It needs existing price data, and it is an automatic drawing, not trailing, but like a dynamically drawing. It draws as long as the price is going. So if you're on the 1 minute, for example, you can't scroll all the way out a bunch of candles, because it is appropriate to the current time you're in right now. So obviously you still have different previous price zones, like over here, for example. This could be a valid price. There's different types of prices which it won't follow, but it is a dynamically drawing support resistance areas. And what was nice to see is I drew these breaker blocks these breaker blocks. I drew these quite a while ago. I think I drew this back a week ago. I drew this a week ago. And we've been following them pretty well. Whether we've been below them or above them, obviously obviously it's really accurate currently right now. But these two symbol significance areas, these weren't actually drawn to my breaker blocks before, pretty much like just now. So it's nice to see a bit more confluence to my lines. So symbol significance and myself, which is technically symbol significance, but it's data based, are both saying these are support and resistance points, which we're within, I suppose. So this is kind of what's going on right now, and it's just more confluence. Like I said, it's more confluence. It's more what's the word? And what's important about it as well is the midpoint of the support and resistance zones. The two breaker blocks I've drawn, the midpoint, which is the most important part normally in a breaker block or an order block. The most important part is the midpoint of the rectangle, and you can see the midpoint of both these breaker blocks is pretty much exactly on these resistance levels or support levels. Sorry. Which symbol significance is drawn as, which is dynamically drawing, which is actually data-based. So breaker blocks, obviously they are data-based, but symbol significance goes off the data. I would know, I made it. It goes off price, action, and data. It also goes off the volume profiles. It goes off the actual data. So what's nice to see is that the data has caught up to what I'm trying to say, that the data aligns with what I'm trying to say. I think the MVP of traditional chart drawing, because obviously you've got fair value gaps, you've got market structure shifts and breaks of structures, all these crap. The one I actually really like the most are order blocks and breaker blocks. I really look at them the most. They always really work for me. That is the one thing which really does always work. Obviously fair value gaps work, but this always normally works for me. So it's just nice to see that it's really good. These are strong support and resistance points. The range we're in right now, the reason we're in it is because it's so strong. So this is obviously leading me to believe that we are in a really strong position for an upwards movement. It seems that we have completely bounced off this support point. And the other thing I wanted to say, and the reason why I'm confident in this, is because of what's going on with the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily market cipher, which is something I really like. So market cipher on the 1 hour, we were below the 60 mark. We have positive movement in terms of the momentum. We have a positive and going upwards VWAP, and the money flow is coming upwards. So this is completely bullish on market cipher on the 1 hour. If we go to the 4 hour, now the lower time frames, they need to stay consistently moving in a certain direction, as the higher time frames, take on that what's it called, the sentiment of the market. So if you go to the 30-minute, we'll probably see that we've been bullish for a while. Yeah, so we've been, yeah, exactly, here it is. So the lower time frames, the faster time frames, they will take on a sentiment easier and faster than the higher time frames. This makes sense. It takes a long time. We need to be we need to be 4 hours bullish. We need to be like 8 hours bullish for the 4 hour to take on a bullish sentiment. Now we can see on the 30-minute, we've been bullish for quite a while. The VWAP's been going up pretty rapidly. The momentum's been going up for a bunch of candles, and the 1 hour has finally adopted it within this last 17 minutes. So we just need it to be continuously bullish on the 1 hour for the 4 hour in the day to kind of take that into effect. Now, obviously, within the 1 hour, we do have this resistance point currently. Now, if we go to the 4 hour, which is more of a general, I do like the 4 hour. We can see we have had support and resistance points, or we have seen resistance occasionally within the midpoints. I do talk about midpoints often with my streams. So this 1 hour midpoint here, this is basically one of these midpoints where it's going to be one of these levels within the range. Because whenever you have a range, there's always going to be a level within it which kind of acts as this anchor, where if you're below it, you might have a bit of difficulty, but they're generally nothing really important. They're normally points within the range where you might see occasional support resistance, but they're nothing too crazy. Like I said, it's nothing which we're going to bounce off and never see the light of day ever again. They're just midpoints. They're like little halfway marks for a race where you get your tires changed, kind of like this midpoint where you might hover a bit and then continue to go upwards. But sometimes you might come to the pit stop in an F1 race, you realised your brakes have completely given out and your car's about to blow up, you need to get out and you run away, which is when sometimes you might see resistance and actually bounce off these midpoints. So that's my little analogy for these midpoints of a range. But I normally see that with ranges anyway. You have a normal level, you have a level within a range normally where you might see support resistance, like I said. So I'm not too alarmed by this resistance point. Obviously, on the 1 hour, we're going to see some sort of resistance there. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, we are below this white line, which I have drawn previously. But like I said, if you pay attention to the 4 hour, a bit of a longer time frame, where things kind of move normally, we don't really have anything of worry apart from this white line to go up to our previous high points. Now, importantly as well, which is why I have my take profit at 79.56. I want it to be a bit conservative, but the reason I want to point this out is the 2% mark. I do talk about this a lot as well. If you're going to be taking a trade, and I'm pretty confident in this moving upwards. I do like this. I do think we're gonna see 70,000 at some point soon. Maybe possibly even 71,000. Obviously, I'm a bit conservative. I definitely think 70,000 is definitely not financial advice. I don't have a crystal ball in the works of getting there right now for Bitcoin. But the 2% mark of this range is where we've been bouncing off. I always talk about 2% marks. If you've watched like 2 of my streams for simple signals, you will see that I talk about the 2% mark on support and resistance points, because it's kind of a front run. There's always a front run on a price point. So the 2% mark for these price areas is always, and you can see it here, it's perfect. We're basically at this 2% mark every time. Obviously, we do come higher. We come to the range of the breaker block, we come to the midpoint of the breaker block, but we normally stop and print out at the 2% mark. So if I was you, I would long Bitcoin. I have long Bitcoin. I'll show you here. I have long Bitcoin. We can see here it's going up pretty nicely. Obviously, you can see my take profit is at $70,962. If we go back to here, it is this lower point here where we bounced off. I should definitely put it at 71.2, but I want to be conservative. I want to get my money. There's no harm taking profits. I just want to get out. I'm going to put it there. That's my personal thing. The data should suggest that we should go to about 71.25. If you want a long right now and want to put that in, then you would be definitely profitable. But it's just my opinion and just my personal thing. I want to put it at about 71,000. 71,000. It's definitely a round number. It's something we might see some sort of resistance at. It's just my opinion. So yeah, that's kind of, we do have this long coming in right now for Bitcoin, because I did like it. I did think it was going to be definitely profitable. And we are kind of breaking this boundary right now. So obviously, this is not financial advice. I just want to preface that it's not financial advice, in my opinion. But since my long, we've been going up pretty nicely. I'm going to hide some significance. We've got a lot to, and this is important as well. It's not like we've had a huge move upwards. you know, we still have a lot of room to go upwards for this long. And I definitely think we do have bullish. And you know, if I was to hide every single thing on the chart right now, all these lines and whatnot, what would you suggest would happen? Where we've been in this range 3 times now, and we're at a really low point, and now we have a really big wick upwards. What would you think is going to happen? That we continue to go upwards because we have no other sort of difficulty until this point up here. So even if you know, really do it simply on the chart, it tells you, okay, we're at the lowest point we've seen in a while now. We maybe should go up. Obviously, you know, we're not going to, you know, no coin is in a range forever. So, you know, at some point soon, we're going to have to break this range. Whether it be above or below where we are right now is a different story. And that's why I wanted to point out this Bart Simpson, where if we stay in this range for too long, I think we're going to come down to 66.6. Oh, I don't want to say anything. It's religious. Bitcoin is the devil. I just found out right now. But anyway, like I said, I think if we stay in this range for too long, I think we'll come down to 66.6. Yeah, that's my opinion. Not financial advice. But if we, yeah, like I said, big wick upwards, staying in the range for too long, we're going to fall down. Definitely going to fall down to 66.6. But by then, I think we're going to at least have another movement upwards towards the higher range of this bearish breaker block. Due to the fact that the 1 hour is bullish, the 4 hour is starting to, you know, the VWAP starting to come upwards. If we continue to have a bit of a bullish movement, we should continue to go upwards, and it should pass on to, I don't know if it'll pass on to the day, because I think within the next 12 hours, maybe 12 hours? I think within the next 12 hours, we probably should see ourselves go towards the top of this range. I don't know if we're going to be bullish on the day, but if we start to come downwards, we might have quite a bit of you know, bearishness, I suppose, which might lead us to come towards 666. But like I said, it's gonna take a specific situation for Bitcoin for us to actually kind of do this. So for the foreseeable future, I think we're going to be in a range, but you know, be wary of this kind of Bart Simpson or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, current situation, I'd say long. You know, I'm in a long right now myself. Like I said, my take profit is this top range here. It's about nearly 71,000, 70,980. So yeah, RL gets in the way. Oh, real life. Yeah. Oh yeah, Salvatore, hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you could join us today. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Been lurking. I haven't traded in a while actually. Personally, I haven't. You know, I've been doing streams obviously, but you know, for the past, I can't remember the last time I traded, to be honest. I just really liked what we had right now going on with Bitcoin. So obviously I did it. But you know, you can see even right now on the 4 hour, our money flow is starting to come upwards. And you know, what do we always say? On the hard time frames, money flow always matters more than anything else. So if we see really positive money flow, which we're kind of starting to see right now, it's going to be really important on the high time frames, which we are on right now. Which obviously, case in point, we are actually bouncing off. What EMA is it? It's 21 day EMA. I love the 21 day EMA. I don't know what this is. What's going on with this? I do have other EMAs I look at. Obviously, I'm not going to completely give my source. Apparently, okay, I don't know what's going on. Obviously, we're on the 1 hour. That's why. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, yeah, that's pretty interesting. That we're bouncing off this pretty exactly. So, like I said, like we're going to have different points within the range, which we're going to see support resistance at. But in general, if you just pay attention to the longer term, you know, movement of Bitcoin, we're going to see ourselves probably go up to this top point up here. We might see, you know, we might have occasional situations where we see a bit of resistance, maybe come down a tiny bit and then go back upwards. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had like similar to, you know, it'd probably easy to see this in the 1 hour where we had, you know, we moved upwards, bounced, testing it as support and then coming upwards. That could always happen as well. But I'm gonna wait in this until we see 71,000. I definitely think we'll see 70,000 soon. You know, we're at 69.5 right now. We're pretty bullish right now. It's pretty crazy, but I think we see 70,000 soon, and then hopefully go on towards 71 and upwards. But again, like I said, if we stay in this range too long, we're going to start to fall down to 66.6 and beyond, which will not be very good. But yeah, let's go on to. So I've gone really in depth for Bitcoin because I have a feeling every other chart's going to be the same. So I have a feeling that Ethereum's going to be pretty similar. Like it normally is. That's what's going on right now. So we've actually fallen below this breaker block we had. We did bounce off this. We did bounce off this twice. Okay, when did I draw this? I drew this. When did I draw this? Monday. Okay, so I must have drawn it here. It must have been on the 1 hour. Here we go. Yes, I already drew this. I must have joined this Monday, like I said. So we've bounced off it twice since Monday. I know I'm that good. I know. I love seeing this. I love seeing really accurate. I love order blocks. You know what? They're my MVPs. Market Cipher and order blocks are my MVPs. That's my 2024 indicator / chart pattern drawing MVP is order blocks. I love order blocks. Order blocks always great. But anyway, like I said, so we've actually formed below this order block. So I'm gonna go to the 4 hours. Be a bit general. Here we go. So what I should be doing right now is doing a bearish. It was an order block, so it probably should be continuous bearish order block right now. But it depends on if we actually come to it. Now, the situation where it becomes like really negative is when we reach the midpoint at 30,000, nearly 30,490. Oh, I did it again, 3,490, and then we bounce off it and come down again. So the situation where we see it actually become bearish, which is why I'm gonna leave it here for now. Let's just see, is when we come to this midpoint on Ethereum and then bounce down towards the lower points and support and whatnot. We do have a bunch of lines. My chart's getting a bit messy. I might have to delete some of these lines. But anyway, we can see we might come to this, and then because we've been using this as a proper order block for a while now. But again, we can have little movements downwards, where we kind of ignore it a bit and then kind of use it as some sort of resistance, and then you can have these big movement upwards. So if Bitcoin continues to be really bullish and breaks some things, we could probably come back upwards above it. But for Ethereum, I wouldn't be surprised if we went to the midpoint, kind of bounced off it, maybe came down about 2%, moved down, and then maybe came back up again. But we should have maybe some sort of resistance for Ethereum. I'm probably sitting here at this bearish order block right now. But in terms of what markets are saying, we have neutral money flow. Nothing's really going on. Negative momentum, which is bearish, but it's below the midpoint, so it can still some downfall. I do think so. Yeah, Kishan, I think we might have a bit of movement downwards for Ethereum. However, like I said, the VWAP is negative, but it's coming upwards now, so we're starting to see a bit more positive movement maybe. Or it's planting the seed. I like to think the VWAP is the seed planter. We have kind of general movements for the VWAP. But we can see we've kind of had our general movement downwards for the VWAP. We're starting to come upwards again. So if that continues to be bullish, so this is where I kind of see it happening. Maybe bounce that and then that. Let's get what I kind of see happening right now. This is just theory. This is not financial advice. But as Bitcoin continues to go upwards, we should bring the market more bullish and bullish and bullish, and then it should bring Ethereum maybe up with it. But it's obviously Ethereum is its own coin. It can do what it wants, not what it wants, but it's its own ecosystem. It's not going to completely follow Bitcoin. So what I think is we do use the midpoint as resistance and maybe come down, maybe even the lower point of the order block, and then come down to maybe support point and then come upwards. And the reason I say it could come upwards is because if this VWAP continues to be bullish, the momentum should start to come upwards, and then things should start to be bullish again. And the reason that I'm a bit biased to the bullish side because of what's going on with Bitcoin and how bullish it is right now. So yeah, that's kind of where I see Ethereum going. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on some of these ones because of the fact that I spent so much time on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's kind of what's going on, because everything's kind of in a similar situation where we're in a range, we've come down really far, but most of the time these coins are going to have a slight difference. Obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum have a slight difference, and they might have slight movements which might not follow the exact same as Bitcoin, but they're kind of in the same ballpark of actions. So I think we're going to maybe bounce and maybe come down to the support point again. I don't know if we'll have enough bullishness or bearishness, or negative movement to bring us to this bottom one. I think we might just use this close point of support. Obviously, if we bring some significance up, we can see what's going on. So yeah, we're kind of fighting now. Again, to be fair, we could have just slipped down maybe. It could have been a slip because Bitcoin had that. I can't go to the chart right now, but it did slip below and it's coming back upwards. So we could maybe actually be hovering above. So it does just depend on how negative the money flow goes right now. But like I said, I am like I just said like 2 seconds ago, I'm biased to the bullish because of what Bitcoin's doing, and we're kind of being quite bullish right now. So I'm a bit biased towards trying to be bullish. So we probably should see that, but some significance is telling us we should have some sort of, we're at support right now, we're staying above it. So in terms of negative movements, you know, we are technically at support point. And you know, I do talk about this, you know, order blocks. You know, I do talk about the fact that you can go to the top point or the bottom point of an order block. You know, here for example, this is the same thing. The top range, again, just how brilliant my order blocks are. The top range of an order block can also be resistance and or support. So I don't want to dismiss this order block too much, especially since the fact that Bitcoin did the same thing. So my opinion just then was the fact that we should be going down. However, seeing what we have right now in front of us, we could be hovering a bit at the bottom and then coming upwards. But I think at some point we're going to come upwards. I think in general we should have a bit of a moving upwards eventually. And we're pretty much at a low point right now for most things. So yeah, let's just see. So let's go on to Solana now. What's going on? So let's go on. I didn't look at the day, but I don't really care. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, man, my order blocks are just different. Is this an order block? Yeah, look at this. The midpoint is at the top range of this resistance point or support point. I'm just that good. But anyway, we have like a smaller order block here actually. I'm not going to draw it. Can't bother to draw it. So what's going on right now? We actually pretty much bounced off this order block here. Obviously, it was a slight bit out, but you know, whatever. It was actually probably closer to this fib level. So I could probably draw this fib level across, and we probably might see. If I do this, will it? No. Okay. If I do that, there we go. So we can kind of see, yeah, we've been respecting fib levels. I don't really want to have it on the screen. I don't really like looking at it, but we did bounce off this top point as well, which I have redrawn. I'm trying to find what's going on right now. So go back to the 4 hour. Similar situation again. We've had this negative movement, and now we're kind of bouncing. But we do have on the 4 hour. We are bouncing off this order block, which I've already had drawn. So it looks like we're in a really tight range right now. As we can see, you know, we slipped below this. So we were using the midpoint of this order block. We used it as support. Obviously, we were using resistance back here. We were using it as support. You know, we were above this order block, but then we've slipped below, and we've tested it, and we're now using it as resistance. But we also came to as low as this near area of our order block. So we're kind of basically using both these order blocks as support and resistance. So it looks like we might be in a range for a bit for Solana. Now VWAP is coming upwards. So what's going on right now? So the seed of bullish has been planted within the 4 hour on Solana. You know, our VWAP is starting to come upwards a bit. We've had this negative, pretty harsh negative for the VWAP. We're starting to have this arc upwards now of the VWAP. Money flow is slightly going downwards a bit, so not very exciting right now. But it is basically, if you look at it and you kind of like squint your eyes, it's basically neutral. So kind of telling us we're kind of in this neutral. We're not really in a trend right now. We're kind of in a crab, I suppose you could call it. And you know, our momentum, it's basically at the 0 mark. So basically everything here is neutral, and the VWAP starting to come upwards. So we're basically just in this, what do you call it, kind of range. We're just in a range right now, from what it seems like for Solana. On the 4 hour anyway. On the 1 hour, we do have, you know, we basically are in this range. It's just a bit more detailed. But momentum, we are starting to come upwards. You know, we have a negative 60 momentum, which is starting to arc upwards. Money flow and VWAP coming upwards. So on the 1 hour, similar to all the other coins, we do have a full bullish kind of movement. But market cipher, I do say this a lot as well. It tells us what direction we're going to go in, or tries to tell us what direction we're going to go in, but it doesn't tell us how far we're going to go. Obviously, support and resistance levels and order blocks tell us what sort of, you know, what prices we're going to go to. So even though we have this, you know, pretty much the start of a bullish movement, we do have these resistance points above us right now. But, you know, how Bitcoin's going, if we continue to see this, you know, quite a big bullish movement, then we might go above 70,000 and continue to go upwards above all these resistance points. And then we might also see Solana go above this resistance point and go to where it was previously and kind of, you know, go continuously upwards. But if we zoom out, try to see what sort of position we're in. Do we have anything consistent? We might have like, we had a trend line here. Are we respecting that? Kinda. I mean, there we go. If we attach that properly, we kind of have a trend line. I mean, we kind of slip below it, but we technically have a bullish trend line. You know, we can see from back here. Obviously, we diverged away from it. We're below all these EMAs on the 1 hour as well. Let me hide some significance. Go to 4 hour. I'll look at the day as well quickly, just see what's going on. Again, no trend line. We kind of slip below, but we have this, a pretty positive trend line. So again, I do talk about when EMAs and trend lines and resistance levels or support when all these things meet together. So if the price and this order block meet together and EMA and we all kind of squish, I talk about pressure cooking a lot. If we meet together at these positions, it's going to give a really big movement in either direction depending on what's going on right now. So it could be a hugely negative, come all the way down to maybe the midpoint, even below, breaking this trend line, or it could pressure cook us or whatever you call it, whatever you want, whatever analogy you want to use, and it breaks us above this order block and brings us above towards the $200 mark. But again, on the 4, like I said, 1 hour we're bullish, similar with every other coin like Bitcoin and Ethereum. 1 hour is bullish. The 4 hour doesn't have anything bullish apart from VWAP. It starts to go upwards, and on a day it's not really saying anything too much. But yeah, crazy movement for Solana. We had a huge coming up from 202, coming down all the way to 186, and now upwards. Seeing resistance at this order block, like pretty much everything else, like every other time frame. We're seeing resistance at this order block, but we are decently, but obviously we're starting to nearly become the point of being overbought because we've been going up for the past 4 days. Money flow is coming upwards though, so we should be continuously bullish. So on the day, which is a really strong time frame, and where the money flow matters pretty much the most and is really important, we actually have a positive money flow where it should suggest to us that we should continue to go upwards and maybe break this order block and stay above it and use it as support. But again, we have this trend line. If I go to 4 hour, we do have this trend line which we might follow. So we might be a bit stagnant for the next day or two, maybe day, and then we might see quick movement upwards. Again, like I said, Bitcoin continues to go upwards, and Ethereum starts to do its thing and go upwards as well. We should probably see ourselves maybe break above this order block and go upwards, like 6% towards 203. But again, like I said, on the day we have a pretty high moving upwards money flow, so we should see some positive movement on the day anyway, which will be a longer term thing. So depends on how when we print out with this thing. If we print above this kind of what's called candle, in how many hours, 2 hours, and print above this order block, maybe even the lower point of the order block, here, if we stay inside of it. Like I said, you can use the higher points and the lower points of the order blocks as support resistance as well, but normally the midpoint is where it matters. So we could maybe print into this order block, and then 2nd of April when we go onto it, actually already see ourselves above the order block and go upwards alongside everything else going upwards in the market. So it does depend on Solana, but as I see it right now, we're kind of stagnant. We might see a bit of a side movement for Solana, but again, like I said, the 1 hour is bullish. If the 4 hour starts to be bullish as well, we should hope. We've got the day, we've got quite a bit of a bullishness on the money flow for the day. The 1 hour is completely bullish. 4 hour might start to see ourselves be bullish as well. It might, at some point soon within the next, like I said, day or two, we should see maybe positive move of Solana and bring us above this order block. And this kind of range, I didn't even notice this. The top of this order block is actually this zero level midpoint, whatever you call it, the 1 level, sorry, of the fib level. It's actually it's actually a fib level, the top of this order block. So again, it always just lines up pretty accurately, these order blocks. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. It's quite. If I was going to trade anything today, I'd probably try and look at Bitcoin and see what's going on. Obviously, we've bounced off our EMA, but it's been pretty bullish. It is being pretty bullish right now. But yeah, we'll see. So I think with Solana, we might see a bit of side movement for a day or two, hopefully breaking up towards 203 mark. And then yeah, I guess we'll see. But by the time we see 203, Bitcoin and whatnot, we'll probably see 79, 71,000, and then we might come down again. So similar. It's basically everything looks the same. We've got Bitcoin going towards 71,000, Ethereum going up towards whatever the top range which we looked at, and Solana breaking this order block and going upwards to $203, nearly $204. It's kind of all looking like it's doing the same thing. Like I said at the start of the stream, everything looks like it's doing the same thing. But yeah, that's kind of Solana. It's hard to say. Obviously, whatever I say, and that's Solana, I always think to myself, did I even give a price point then? And it's hard to give a price point, like I said, because my only real analysis here is we're going to maybe sidestep a bit within a day or two, and then break upwards, hopefully, with this kind of like tight situation we're in, and kind of, you know, hopefully break this order block and go up to 203. That's the best I can give. It's not like I've just caught a swing, or I've just caught a trend, or the start of a trend, or a reversal, whatnot, whatever you want to say. We're stuck in this range, so we're gonna have to hopefully get out of it at some point. But yeah, it was easier to analyze Bitcoin because it was pretty obvious what it was about to do. So what I'm going to do now is MFER, whatever you want to say. Now, obviously, you know, it's not as okay. There we go. I can't. Okay, I can only look at the 30-minute. This is going to be short. That's why I kind of kept the other coins quite long, because I haven't really seen other coins been suggested in the chat. And I knew MFER was going to be. This isn't going to give me enough data to give me price points. Yeah, no. Okay. Probably have some sort of I'm not going to look at that. This is what I don't really like looking at, these high meme coins. Obviously, they can move really rapidly and give you a bunch of money, but okay, it's looking pretty bullish. Maybe is there anything like this? Maybe something like this. And also, you could probably consider, we've got this line here. Hold on, just kind of configure everything. There we go. Maybe we can try and find a higher point now. In terms of resistance, obviously we had this area here. Do we have any sort of EMAs or order blocks? Sorry, not EMAs. Where's this? We've kind of got this here, which we kind of used. We slipped below it, so this could be considered. This was, what was it? This was a bearish or negative order block, and then it turned to a breaker block and is now an order block. So it's negative. I should call it an order block, whatever. So we've got this order block here, probably use this resistance, which we have done twice here. We're continuously kind of going upwards. We do have positive momentum, positive money flow, positive VWAP. I think we might come upwards towards the midpoint of the order block, maybe in the top point. So you could probably long this, maybe here. The midpoint of the order block would be safer, so that'd be my opinion. Try to give it a good risk to reward ratio. You could probably do this support point down here. Gives you 1.5 risk to reward with a 15% profit. Could be pretty good. Do a 10x. That's 1.5x your money. So you get double and then a half. So if you put $100 in, you get $150 out of it as well, on top of what you put in. So this could be a pretty good trade if you want to do MFER. This is quick. I can't really look at anything in detail. There's nothing really to look into detail. So I think we could maybe go upwards. Seems that everything else is also kind of going upwards. We probably might. You know what? Do I have? Oh, let me check if that. Okay, good. Make sure that nothing was showing then. Do we have MFER on here? I don't think we do. Okay, we don't. I can't trade this, but it could be a good trade. Maybe one of you guys, not financial advice. Maybe you guys want to trade this and see, what's going on. Okay, let me get this accurate. There we go. I don't know if it'll tell us. She would have lost a cent if you traded this right now, but obviously it's just open. It would have just been opened anyway. So you lose out on 9.6% profit. But again, you've got the trend line as well to consider as this point here. You can see, we hit bounce over here, bounce over here, bounce over here. You've got the trend line as we continue to go on the 30 minutes. The trend line will get higher and higher, which will continuously give us a higher and higher support point. I would probably stick a tiny bit money in this and maybe trade it. Obviously, they're more volatile, so you have to be careful. But looking at it, again, I haven't watched. I don't really know a lot about the project. I'm more of just looking at the charts. If you want to know in detail about what the project is, or want to get a quick glance of what that project actually does, what is it? Is it Mooncoin? Go check out the Crypto Warehouse channel. Go on Google, search Crypto Warehouse. You'll find us. There is a recent video of MFER, whatever you want to say. I know. I think Mike got a lot of shtick for saying. I think it was MFER. But obviously, don't want to swear, because you want to keep it a bit friendly in terms of suggestions and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, you could take it. It's your opinion. It's not financial advice from me or anything. But I don't have a platform to trade this on. So yeah, just be careful though. Well, to be fair, actually, might have something here going on. Maybe a slight bit of mid resistance, but I can't bother to trade that or to look at that, because you can kind of see came down from the mid of the old block, went to the top point. I'm going to ignore the top point because it's kind of inconsistent. comes down to the bottom of it. Oops. Okay, ignore that. There you go. So, you know, it kind of looks like that, you know, came down from the midpoint, came up towards the midpoint, came down from the midpoint to this the same support point, come upwards towards the midpoint again, 15% profit. You don't have to do a 10x. Well, you don't have to do the trade. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to do the trade to begin with, because it's not, you know, not financial advice. It's your opinion. But I would have probably put money in if I could, but I don't have access to trade it on the platform I trade on, which is unfortunate. But you know, yeah. So that's what I see currently for MFER. I'm not going to be too ecstatic about it. I don't really care. And the one I'm going to go to right now, I like even less. I don't like the project. I think the website's pile crap. I don't even know if I've looked at it. I have looked at it. When did I look at this? Let's go on the 1 hour. I don't even know when I looked at it. I must have said short. Well, you would have been profitable. Would you have? I don't know what's going on. Oh, I said the midpoint. It nearly came to the midpoint there. Yeah, that's been and gone now. Let me draw along some of these. Are these order blocks? I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I'm looking at. It seems like we did respect the order block and this midpoint pretty accurately. So you can see, you know, order block again. I'm masterful at these order blocks. That is just pretty beautiful, bouncing right off the top of it, which is pretty nice to look at. Obviously, we've got this longer point, which could draw is long. Some of these might be invalid now. I do not know, but I just want to draw them along to see what's going on. There we go. So what current situation? So I'm not gonna look. I can't bother to look at the rest of it. But we did actually go up, to be fair. I'm going to delete some of these lines because we don't need to see it. What did I say we were going to do? Come down. We didn't. Yeah, I think that was my fault. Again, the project's cursed. I don't like it. Do not like the project. So yeah, it's pretty trash. Oh, hold on. So this is a really close thing here. Order block. It's pretty accurate. Look at how equal these candles are. Obviously, we kind of came up above it, but we didn't really use. We used resistance. We didn't really come up above it. Obviously, if I go to the 30-minute, we'll probably see we bounce within it pretty accurately. Yeah, bounce within. Obviously, we tested above, completely failed. But you know, we had the surge upwards, tested the midpoint, came up, but then we slipped right back down. So it wasn't really good order block, or in terms of a higher order block. But we do have it to regard anyway. But I don't know why I'm looking there, because there's no point. Because I want to be careful here. Oops. I always forget to press the escape so we don't have to draw everything. There we go. Okay, you can right click as well. Perfect. So we can see it looks like there's actually a midpoint within here, which we've been kind of using as well. We kind of used it here, you know, bouncing here. Obviously, there's always going to be areas within the middle of here. Exactly. I'm that good, aren't I? Oops. Again, there's always going to be price points within the middle. We can see the midpoint and the 2% padding. So there's always going to be price points within the middle of a range. And even more accurately, it's within this. If I hide everything real quick, if I delete this, we can see the midpoint of this range. So we've got, okay, there's a pen. So we've got this obviously as the higher point, this is the lower point, and this is in the middle. You can see this is in the middle of these two areas. So again, this is actually technically the midpoint, as I always go on about midpoints and ranges. So it looks like we're in this range anyway, regardless. If I draw this line back. So midpoint, yeah, it's a midpoint. Who cares? You could bounce off it maybe, but we're pretty bullish right now. Money flow is going upwards from the negative. It is technically coming upwards. Momentum is coming up as well, and we do have a positive and going upwards VWAP, which is on the 30-minute, by the way. So we are very bullish on the 30-minute. Let's look at the 1 hour. 1 hour, slightly similar story. We do have a technical bullish divergence, whatever this is. Yeah, bullish divergence. So, or I think this is like hidden. There's one where it's a straight line, isn't there? One. Where is it? Can't remember the name of it. There's one where it's like a straight line. Here it is. Exaggerated divergence. I don't know how well these play out. I'm not gonna lie, but we've got this kind of exaggerated divergence, whatever you want to call it, which is bullish, which is nice. Money flow or momentum coming up from the 60 mark, which is going to be bullish. VWAP is positive and going upwards, which is bullish. Money flow isn't doing too well, but that comes with time. The money flow takes the longest to start to become bullish again, so that will take time. So we will see on that regard. Obviously, the 4 hours not going to be as bullish and whatnot, but obviously it's a shorter time. You can see it hasn't been too longly open, so the 4 hour and the day isn't going to be that much of an important thing to look at. Obviously, it's going to be important to look at, but in terms of market cipher, so maybe again similar with MFER or MFER, I'd probably look at it, look and putting a tiny bit of money in, maybe on a higher leverage or whatnot, to see what's going on. But again, we are at the support point. There's the order block right below us, which is going to keep us up as well. There's the line here, which can keep us up as well, going towards the midpoint and whatnot, towards this higher end. So, do I have SLERF to trade? I want to see if I can open a trade. What's it actually? It's called. Okay, I don't have it to trade. Again, similar with MFO, MFO, what you want to say. Not financial advice, but if anyone wants to trade it and come back to me. And I can't believe Warren Buffett's actually here in the chat. The greatest ever trader known to man, apart from that woman, Nancy Pelosi's husband, who's now probably the best trader to ever have lived in the entire universe, because of certain things which I'm not going to talk about, which is just the funniest thing ever. It annoys me that obviously it's nothing to talk about on this stream, but if you know, I hate people who say if you know, you know, but if you know, you know. Obviously, technically, Warren Buffett is whatever the best trader, whatever. But regardless, Warren Buffett is the best trader, apparently, in the world, and he is currently in the chat. So that is probably, I should probably screenshot that. If the best trader in the entire universe is currently watching me trading, probably learning something, hopefully, from me. So I don't know what that says. Maybe it means I'm the best trader in the world. I don't know. But thank you, Warren Buffett, for being here. I'm so glad you could make it to the stream. But again, like I said, we're similar with MFER. If you can trade it on your platform and you really are compelled to trade it based on anything, I do think this could be, a pretty good trade. So it is by your judgment to trade it or not. But if it was me, I would long this. I think this could be a good long, especially seeing as though with what's going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, things should be starting to come upwards. The general market is looking like it's starting to come bullish again. So that's all I'm going to say. But I think that's it. So we're going for 57 minutes and 21 seconds. I've gone through all the coins on my list. So if there's any coins you guys want me to look at real quickly, I might look at like one coin. So if anyone has a really, really important coin to look at, I will look at it. If not, I might have a quick glance at some other coins and maybe open another trade. Again, like I said, I think MFER and SLERF, I think they're both going to go up. I unfortunately can't trade either of them, based on my platforms. So you're going to have to do it for me. Is that Crypto Life? Does that mean Crypto Life is also watching me? I can't believe Dupe. That's a good shout. Just been going crazy actually. So I've got Warren Buffett, the best trader in the entire universe, and Crypto Lifer. Every single thing I just came to my mind to say about him, I cannot say. I do not want to say. But Crypto Lifer is here alongside Warren Buffett. I can't believe the two traders, the two traders of all time are watching me. Can't believe it. But anyway, this is what's going on. So we have support and resistance. We're in this midpoint. Wamp, unfortunate. We're basically at the midpoint. If I was to garner a guess to say this was the midpoint roughly, I think I'd be slightly alright with that guess. Yeah, it's slightly the midpoint. We can see it's kind of here, but so we've kind of had this midpoint. We're kind of actually going upwards now. What's going on? We're on the 1 hour. Momentum's looking like it's starting to flip and actually go upwards. And it's looking like it is showing. What's the word for it? It is. There's a word for it. I want to use this word. I can't remember the word. It's telegraphing its movement upwards. Obviously, to coincide with that, the VWAP's been going up for quite a while. Ever since the VWAP, this is always nice to see. Ever since the VWAP's going up, the momentum's getting shorter and shorter towards a positive movement. Money flow is actually starting to also arc a bit, not too strong though. So what I can see, if this carries on going how it is on the 1 hour, we could see obviously we've gone up to this resistance point, come down. We might hover a bit and then come upwards again. That is my initial judgment. So we'll see. So let's look at the 4 hour, see what's going on. We're actually at, this is beautiful. This is amazing. We're overbought completely. Money flow's come down and the VWAP's coming down. So we're pretty negative on the 4 hour. So I'm going to retract my judgment there and suggest that we might not actually stay up. We might break this. we might break this this area here. What was the question? What was that question? Everyone's saying Mike. I don't know what the question was. Details. Oh, I can't see it. What was the question? Could someone tell me the question? If you tell me the question, I'll thank you live. God, okay. What was the question? I want to know those questions. Okay, while you guys tell me, muster up the courage to tell me this question. I won't be silent, I swear. Boo to you all. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. I know you are live is so good. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the live. What's the play? I don't know. I do not know. I mean, we've had some good trade. I don't know if you've just joined. I can probably go back and look at. Oh, here's the great hair. It's got to be me. I mean, look at this beautiful hair. I'm also bearing in mind, I'm not balding. I don't have a receding hairline. Hopefully, apparently, is it genetically on your mum's side if you have receding hairline? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Come back in 15 years. We'll see what's going on. There's some people with bald at 19 as well. That's gotta be a shame. SLERF. I have looked at SLERF already. I can go back to it. But anyway, back on Jupiter. So like I said, we're on the 1 hour. It did, tell me. Banana gun, is that an actual coin? Okay, I'll look at that in a minute. So, like I said, on the 1 hour, we might have some sort of bullish movement. Boom, we might go up a bit. But on the 4 hour, it's not looking very good on market cipher. But to be fair, the market cipher, like I do, that move thing isn't true. Man, I was so confident. I was so happy about that. I was like, oh my god, please. I hope that it's on the move side. That's a shame there. But like I said, on market cipher, it tells us what direction we should go in, but it doesn't, tell us what price we should go at or go to anyway. So I'm gonna hope that we stay at this support point. We don't break it. Is a Telegram bot for Solana. It's going to. Have you given us some source? I'll look at it in a minute. Hopefully it's not so new that I can actually go look at it on the chart. But like I said, market cipher. It couldn't be more bullish right now. It couldn't be more bearish. So let's hope we hold this support point. I don't know how confident I am in that. Yeah, it's not looking too crazy. But if we did come down, I definitely think this is going to be a good support area, about $1.50. So if we did come down, it might be about 11% move down. But we are at the support point, so let's hope we can hold it. But again, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'll show you right now. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. We should be bullish right now. We should be definitely bullish. We've broken the EMA as well for Bitcoin. I'll go back to Bitcoin in a minute. But the guy who said what's the play, I'll show you the play right now. But again, like I said, let's hope we hold this support point. I don't know if we are, but I do say this sometimes whenever I look at the charts and I'm not too sure what's going on. And I don't want to give a confident, because for me anyway, whenever I want to trade or I tell a judgment or whatnot, I want to be really confident, because obviously, none of this is financial advice. I do preface that all the time at the start of my stream, and throughout the stream, I do always say none of it's financial advice. Be careful trading. Don't trade on just what I say. You need to make sure it's based on your judgment. But I want to give a good judgment. I want to give good TA. I want to not just for me, but for everybody. I want it to actually be good. In case people did take any sort of influence on what I say. So, I do want to give a good judgment. So, okay, we've just printed out on the next hour, so we're probably going to have some bit of volatility right now, but which makes sense. But yeah, I want to give a good judgment. I want to give a good trade. I do. SLERF and MFER do look like some good. Bitcoin dominance continues as known to use the market. Yeah, I mean, we had a really horrible move downwards. I think I might go back to the Bitcoin chart in a second, just so we can see what's going on. Because we're going an hour and 4 minutes. I'm hopefully wrapping up soon. Look at Banana Gun, Banana Gun and whatnot. And then, yeah. But, yeah, like I said, for Jupiter, on the 1 hour, we should, if I only looked at the 1 hour, we should technically go up. But, I don't know. I don't have full confidence, so I don't want to make a, it's not a full thing what's going on right now, so got to be careful. We do have to be careful. So what's going on the 1 day? Let's see. We've actually got positive. Okay, throw everything I just said out the window. Throw it all out. We've got bullish money flow and momentum. Oh, we're actually a bit overbought. We've got bullish momentum on the day, Buy Jupiter. Just buy Jupiter and hold it. It doesn't matter. You can long it if you want, but I'd rather long other things. I don't care anymore. I've lost interest. Banana Gun USDT. There we go. Oh, this platform, the goated platform. No, I do not want to show allegiance to a singular platform. Ooh. Okay. Well, I think we have enough negative movement on Market Cipher to bring us to this next support point, and then maybe come upwards again. But let's see. So this is the 1 hour. We've got negative money flow, negative view up, and negative momentum, nearly towards 60 marks. I think we might see ourselves come towards this support point for Banana Gun, which would give us a how much is it going to be? That's not bad. 1.73% moving downwards, and then probably move up again towards 42.20, whatever. Quickly move on to the 4 hour though. Again, view up coming downwards, momentum coming downwards, money flows negative. Not sure if it's coming downwards. Pretty negative to be fair. It does give us. Actually, scratch it all, scratch it and reverse it. Put it here. Okay, midpoint. Come back down to it. Maybe come back to the midpoint again. Do have some negativity on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. I think we might come down. Let's go day really quickly. Similar situation with. Okay, we're overbought on the momentum. Negative view up, negative money flow. It's looking quite negative for Banana Gun. I don't want to apply a Bart Simpson or anything, but we've had big moving upwards. Hovering might come down again. Now, where would this line take us? Quite a lot lower than where I've reckoned. Maybe towards this point down here. But from where I can see it right now, we might come towards this 4 hour support point down here, which would give us a 6.2% move downwards for Banana Gun. Where's Banana Gun actually? What does Banana Gun do? These names are ridiculous. Anyway, Banana Gun, back to it. Giving a -6 movement downwards for Banana Gun. Obviously, on the day, it's looking quite negative. Maybe not bring us that low. But again, it's what do you call it? It's a thing here. It should take us to the bottom of here. But again, we do have this area here. We also actually have this point as well of some what's it called? Look at that! Look how good I am. The order block, bringing us towards this order block. So we could have some crazy negativity for Banana Gun, especially since though we have view up coming downwards. Momentum has been coming down from the 60 mark, coming down for quite a while now. Wouldn't take too long for the daily money flow to come down on the Banana Gun. If the daily money flow is coming down negative for Banana Gun, things aren't going to be very good. So we've got to be careful, but it might bring us towards this support level, which would give a 22.5. Okay, that's seeming pretty crazy. 22.5% move downwards. I'd be careful. Just press spacebar, so now we're nowhere near where we need to be. I hate that. That's a stupid feature. I don't know why you need that. But anyway, like I said, it could be something negative. I'm not going to put too much emphasis on that because it might not be completely accurate. But, just be careful. We are starting to become negative. I think we're going to come down from Banana Gun. Maybe 6%. Shorter time, maybe within the hour or 2 or 3, 2%. 4 hour, coming towards maybe 6%. On the day, it's, if we do have this kind of Bart Simpson crowd, whatever you want to call it, maybe bring us towards, the $32. You're London-based. I'm not London-based. We are in UK and Gibraltar, but I do have an English accent. Take profit for dupe. I'd long anything else from this stream, but if you did want to take profit, I think there. Again, like I said, it was slightly negative. This, that, the other. On the 4 hour, we're above any of these high points right now. So the best I could give it would be $1.85. $1.84.5 would be what I would say is the highest point we've pretty much seen. We'll probably see some resistance because we did see it on the 1 hour. We did see resistance. We saw resistance on the all-time frame because it's the same price action, but it is a printed out price point. So if you did want a long right now, if I had to put a take profit, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd long. So basically, I should have bought VG late last year when I saw it. Yeah, don't worry. Anytime, don't worry. But yeah, it's not looking too positive. I could be wrong. I do say this a lot as well. any sort of person you see drawing charts or doing TA online, don't listen to them 100%. You know, the joke is on the channel that I'm the oracle. I do, you know, TA, which has never been done before. You know, I'm the best, you know, chart drawer. I get everything right all the time. But the reality is, it's a caricature. It's a joke. You know, we just joke on the channel. I'm never positive. I can show you my trades right now. I'm more positive than I'm not, which is, you know, an important thing. I'm more positive than I'm not. But I've lost big and I've won big. You know, I think everyone has. You know, everyone in their lifetime, you're going to have the biggest loss. You're going to have one of your biggest losses and your biggest wins. I'm saying something obvious there, but you know what I mean? Like, no one's going to be positive 100% of the time, especially if you're learning. Like, I've not been doing this, too long. You know, bearing in mind, like, you know, some people out there who've been trained, they've been doing it for years. And you're going to hit a certain point where, you know, you're never going to be able to predict a market 100% of the time. So you always need to be careful, you know, whenever you do it, no matter how long you've been doing it for. But, you know, it's just, like I said, I want to give trades, I want to give TA, which is accurate, and I want to give something, I want to give coins which I think are going to have the best outcome. And, you know, like I said, whenever I draw coins, someone asks me to do TA. So in your case, Sal, like, if you could short it, I'd short it. I think it's on MEXC. I don't want to say, I can't say the exchange, but you know what I mean. Like, I just said it. But if you're going to trade it, I think, unless you're on some different exchange, like a decentralized one, or there's the ones where it has lower cap coins where you can just trade it. But if it's on Solana, you might get it on Bird Eye, wherever you are. I don't know if you can short. I know on Jupe, no, Jupe only has, they can't do it on Jupe. I don't know where you, okay. End line is, I don't know where you're trading. That's all I'm going to say. Don't know where you're trading. But if you are perchance trading on somewhere where you can do a futures trade short or long, the best thing I could probably do right now, if I was adamant on trading it, is I would short it, because it's looking pretty negative on all time frames. Because normally you might see positivity on the 1 hour, but the 4 hour and the day negativity. The 4 hour day and the 1 hour, they're all negative. So the odds are stacked towards the negative side of things. But yeah, if it's quite hard to trade at like 100% of the time if you're trading just on like buying and selling things, because if you want to have if you want to sell something, if something's about to go down, you know, you're gonna have to sell it. But if you don't have it, you can't sell it, so you're gonna have to do a future trade. So whenever you're buying crypto and you're getting like a 1-to-1 profit, it's harder to do a lot of these trades. So you know, I normally always do futures unless I'm holding something for a long time. But like I said, if you can do a futures trade, then you know, if I did want to trade banana, you know, if I was adamant on trading banana gun, whatever it's called, I would do a futures trade. But you know, like I said, there's other things out there, and there's always going to be a different trade out there, which might be more confident or not. Like the Bitcoin trade I am in, I was so confident on it, and I did it, and I'll show the Bitcoin in a minute, because it's normally on the outro. I'll show the Bitcoin chart because obviously it's the most important one. I find I could slip up with this trade though. Yeah, again, like, it has to be your judgment. You know, it has to be off your own confidence that you trade it. But quickly going back to Jupiter, actually, on the 1 hour, we're having pretty high movement for the money flow, and on the day. So on the day and the hour, positive money. So I think it should come up, but I'm just wary of what's going on with the 4 hour. But again, the VWAP starts to come upwards, things start to go upwards again. We're very overbought though, but we are at a support point. So yeah, we've got to be careful. But if we could long. I think, again, like I said, there's other coins out there to long and short. But if I was to long and had to take profit, let me scroll to find your name. Javonta, take profit for Dupe, it would be $1.84.5. But anyway, yeah, it has to be your own judgment. It has to be off your own back. It has to be, I want to trade this. I'm confident in this. And yeah, I mean, that's basically the be all end all of it. So obviously, you know, I always say not financial advice. You know, it is just, I'm just looking at the data. I'm just looking at the chart patterns, just looking at what's in front of me, you know, to find the best bet. So yeah, anyway, I'm back onto the Bitcoin chart now. I'm actually quickly gonna make this a bit neater, because that yellow line's really messy. Okay, this isn't, okay, I'm gonna change the color, because I don't want it to look like that is what's gonna happen. Obviously, this is, if you watched at the start of the stream, oh my, I didn't know you were joking. I just realized it's a banana that you're gonna slip up on the trade. And right, I thought you were actually being serious. That's why I went into the whole spiel of be careful. No, you know, it's not TA which you should always follow. Yes, very funny. That's very funny. Why is it even called banana gun? I don't even know why it's called banana gun. Anyway, but like I said, so obviously, you know, the Bart Simpson chart pattern, whether you know, if you follow chart patterns or not, if you have confidence in it, that's your own judgment. But you know, they do play out pretty often. So it's blue line. It's not time sensitive. It could happen down here. It doesn't really matter. But you know, we're in this range. Like I said, you know, huge green wicks upwards, giving us this kind of, you know, the side of the head, I suppose you could call it. You know, having the spiky hair bring us down. It does bring us down to, you know, there you go, the previous support point which we had, which I drew ages ago. I don't know why I drew it. 6666. It's the devil. I'm telling you, Bitcoin is the devil. But 6650 is basically where the support point is if we do crash. So if we continue to be in this range, and this is what I said at the start of the stream as well, for those of you who weren't here, at the start of the stream, I was basically saying, if we're in this range for too long, this might play out while we're having this, you know, kind of side movement, pretty accurate side movement. Obviously, you know, my TA is the best TA. I don't need to say it too often, but I need to, you know, reiterate it. But if we stay in this range for too long, we might fall down to where we were previously at 668, like I said, 666. So we do have to be careful of, you know, if we stay in this range for too long, we might fall. But again, it's a chart pattern. It doesn't go off too much data, but it just goes off back testing. So if you have confidence in chart patterns like the Bart Simpson or not, you know, that's your own judgment. Like I said, not financial advice. You know, you have to take whatever I say with a grain of salt. You have to take it with your own judgment. So, you know, if you do believe in Bart Simpsons and whatnot, then, you know, it's looking like eventually this might play out if we stay in this range for too long. So that either means we fall down towards these lower points, or we finally break above this and go up towards, you know, 74.4, the big number and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, that's basically. I'm not going to go into redoing Bitcoin TA. You know, I'm in a long. I'll probably post the results of the long. I mean, it's going pretty well. Obviously, we're having a bit of a retraction to test probably, and this is what I said as I was drawing the TA. We might have. I said this as I was drawing it. We could probably go see some sort of resistance at this 1 hour time frame, but I'm not going to pay too much attention to it, and that we would probably just, you know, come up above the support point or this resistance point, and then test it as support, and then come upwards again. So I'm just going to wait till tomorrow. I'll probably sleep on the trade, and then, you know, I'll put the results in it in Telegram when it completes, or the TG. I don't know if I can. You know, I always slip up. There's no point in me trying anymore. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, I've gone on to an hour and 17 minutes. You know, the stream's been a good stream, long stream. So thank you all, each and everyone, for being here. If you're new or old, wherever you are, or, you know, if you've been following for, you know, obviously, you know, there are, you know, Kish and all the consistencies. Obviously, there are some people who are becoming more consistent. You know, some people, you know, are pretty consistent to the stream now. You know, Salvatore, I'm pretty sure I've seen you quite often here, or if not just here on all the other streams. So thank you guys for coming here not every single stream, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for coming here, being a consistent viewer of the channel. So thank you so much. Hopefully the stream was good. Thank you for all of you for saying hello. I think that's the one, because obviously some people might join the stream for the first time, or it might be a couple of times they've joined the stream and they don't say hello, which is okay. You know, you don't have to say hello, but, you know, it's nice to see people who say hello. You know, it's nice to see consistent names, consistent people to the stream. It is nice. But obviously that's not excluding anybody else. So each and every one of you, thank you so much for joining the stream. If you do want coins covered, obviously the stream, it's a bit late now. You've had an hour and 18 minutes to tell me. So come join me on Wednesday. I don't think I'm doing anything special on Wednesday, so I think it'll just be another simple single stream. By Wednesday, we might have a conclusion to my trade. So we'll see how it goes. But if you're in a trade right now, if you're getting into a trade, good luck. You know, I wish you the best. Obviously, things can happen. You need to bear that in mind. Obviously, put a stop loss. I know what, I always say this. I always say put a stop loss, but sometimes I'm not the best at that, because I'm aware of the fact that it might go down before it goes up. So just take as many precautions as you can. But good luck to any of you who are going into trades. It's looking pretty bullish, like I said. Hopefully, I don't want to sway your trading, because at the end of the day, it's your judgment. You know, I shouldn't be trading for you, whatnot. But again, if you just want to completely follow one-to-one what I do, then that's completely fine. But if you are, you know, doing a trade, I do think we might be going up for a lot of coins. I think the market's starting to become a bit, you know, going back into a bullish trend.
So bear that in mind. Not financial advice. It's not a financial thing, but just take what I've said today. Kind of analyze it as you will. I don't want to analyze something for you. At the end of the day, you're the only one who lives in your own body, in your own life, in your own mind. So do what you want, and they do what you want. I'm waffling. I need to waffle. I need to end the stream. Good luck. Goodbye. Be profitable. Join me in the next stream. I'll be here Wednesday. Hopefully sometime. If not, it's going to be at 8 o'clock. But again, I don't actually know. I don't know what the best time is for most of you. I know some people join in different time frames, and obviously people live around the world. Someone's always sleeping in the world, and someone's always waking up in the world. So, hopefully 9 or 8 is the best time for any of you guys. I'll be live at some point. Just join us, say hello, put a coin in. I'll cover it. Come to the Telegram or the TG. I don't care if I can't say that anymore. Just come along. If you need to ask me for any charts, any of the indicators I've used today, you can come get it. Come ask me. I'll send you the link to it. Any results to any trades, and here's one as well. If you guys have at any point traded something which I've kind of advised upon, and you've done well or you've not done well, whatever it may be, just post it in the Telegram. I would love to see if anybody's actually again, none of it's financial advice, but if anyone's actually looked at some TAs and gone, this might be a good idea, and they've done it and actually been profitable on it. So that'd be really nice to see. I think that would mean a lot. But again, just being here, saying hello and supporting, it means so much. I'm just so glad that I could have all of you here on the stream. Hopefully it's been an entertaining stream, if not educational and informative. So I've waffled. I'm the king of waffling. So I need to go. I'm gonna go, and I'm sure all of you guys need to go. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great sleep, what time frame it is. If you're having dinner right now, enjoy your dinner. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you on Wednesday and Saturday. And Mike will probably see you tomorrow on his live stream in the morning. I don't know if he's going to do a video. So, yeah, thank you all so much, each and every one of you. And I'll see you Wednesday. So, yeah, goodbye.
Come on, BTC. Come on, BTC. Come on, Bitsy.